Hi Bushra, 60-second persuaders, friends and family. My name is Christy LeBlanc, and when it comes to marketing, I'm the crumb-eating idiot you're looking for. I'm the owner and photographer behind Backwater Stills and the author of Artisanal Shrubs, a collection of original recipes, an ebook that has sold tens of copies on Amazon. I've also written 2 children's books which were translated into Spanish and Dutch, and if any of that impresses you, you've just encountered the power of spin, in which true information is modified to sound way more impressive than it is. My husband and I live in a town of approximately 264 people, and we share our lives with 2 dogs, 4 persnickety ducks, and 23 chickens. In a previous life, I was a budget analyst at the Johnson Space Center and lived in suburbia. I don't have any fancy credentials, but here's a picture of me standing next to a spacesuit. I'm obviously a rocket scientist. I enjoy cooking, playing the piano, taking photographs, reading, and building websites. I'd like to turn that last hobby into an actual business, so I'm in the process of creating my first online course, and that's why I'm here today, because I got the perfect email at the perfect time telling me about the perfect person's amazing apprenticeship opportunity. But enough about me, here's more about me. Ask anyone and they'll tell you I don't half-ass anything. When it comes to learning new things, I'm like Pac-Man going after pellets. I never get enough. I don't just do the work, I become a subject matter expert, even if I have to Google the answer myself. And I'm an expert Googler, an avid proponent of justfuckinggoogleit.com. But I'm also willing to jump in and help when I can. In fact, I'm used to helping people because I've always been a person that people turn to when they have questions. While I know SOL will save me a crap ton of work, I also recognize that launching a course is still going to be hard work. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I've been my own web designer, graphic artist, photographer, copywriter, ad creator, accountant, purchasing agent, SEO expert, troubleshooter, researcher, personal chef, dog walker, chicken feeder, housekeeper, landscaper, and office assistant for the past 3 years. And I've created several websites over the years, but no one saw them, despite my best attempts at SEO, and despite endless posts to Instagram, a Facebook page, a Facebook group, Twitter, Pinterest, and pop-ups on my website. I believe SOL can help me succeed in launching the course I'm creating now, and also help me gain traction with Backwater Stills. I have an amazing business coach who has taught me a lot about building a business, but I personally seem to lack the persuasive component. I believe that sharing knowledge and being helpful is a gift that comes back to you tenfold. I know what it's like to feel like you're giving it everything you've got and getting nowhere. I know what it's like to wonder if it's all worth it, to feel overwhelmed. But I've pushed through it, and I can motivate others to push through it as well. And let's be honest, I'm also a tad motivated by greed. I'm tired of struggling to make ends meet. I want an evergreen source of income that makes me mailbox money. I want my bank account to rival the multi-million-dollar budget I used to track at NASA. All I know is if I launch without SOL, I'll have to work harder for less money. If I launch with SOL, I will work my ass off. I will follow the system to the letter and be far more successful. And if I'm lucky enough to be your apprentice, I will buy a set of pom-poms and file those weekly reports like it's my job. Because Bushra means good news or omen. The better part of a year now, I've avidly devoured all of your Facebook ads, emails, and webinars, trying to decide which course would benefit me most, but I've hesitated because all of my prior businesses had been product-based. Even still, you're so good at persuasion that even when I didn't think I needed your courses, I promised myself I would take them anyway, simply because I enjoy listening to what you have to say, and I know I would learn something I could use in any business model. I've followed a lot of coaches and gurus over the years, but you aren't like any of them. With few exceptions, gurus and coaches can be arrogant, creepy, salesy, or stiff. Instead, you're genuine, hilarious to the point, and perhaps best of all, have a potty mouth so I can relate to you. And it doesn't hurt that you studied with Ramit Sethi, another coach I someday hope to study with. And I love the fact that you almost made JP Sears snort. That was one of the most entertaining interviews I've ever seen. Also, I have many things in common with you. I'm a maker of many faces. I have the mind of a 10-year-old boy with a potty mouth to match. I got no list, so I am perfect proving ground for SOL. I've got no team to help me, so I have to do it all myself, which means I used a selfie stick to film the introduction to this video and trolled free websites for neat background images because all of my own photos are of barns and chickens. I have no children, but my 2 dogs are bound to interrupt me at some point. Only a zombie has less energy than I do. I live in a rural area which is similar to living in a foreign country. I'm very driven, my background is in accounting, I love to create things, and I'm able to leap small buildings in a single bound. I'm also a multitasker. I don't believe in coincidences, I believe in signs. As I mentioned earlier, I started putting a course together and was beginning to think about sales funnels, Facebook ads, and email marketing. Not to put too fine a point on it, but marketing scares the crap out of me. The concept of a sales funnel only makes sense to me until I attempt to create one of my own. With SOL, I get to jump to the head of the line ahead of all the other schmucks who had to create their own sales materials, and hopefully you can't tell by this video, but I suck at persuasion. Bushra, you are the master persuader, and I want to be your persuasive sidekick. I'll even wear matching costumes if you want. SOL is not a bait-and-switch top-level course that teaches you just enough to get you enrolled in the next course. I can tell by the free material you distribute that you're incredibly generous with your knowledge, and I hope to be one of your many success stories. Because like Bushra said, money loves speed, and Bushra loves speed. Action, not drugs. And not action like she's a loose woman. I'm just gonna shut up now. It's also a time in my life when I need something to hope for. I'm not going to elaborate because I don't want the pity vote, but one thing that seems to be a common thread among successful entrepreneurs is the kind of motivation that only desperate circumstances can bring about. And right now, I am SOL personified, but in my case, it doesn't stand for sold out launch. When I commit to something, I give it all I've got. I notice details, which is how I tracked a multi-project budget for NASA. It's how I troubleshoot things I know nothing about. It's why I wondered how the 15th and 17th of August can both be Tuesdays. I research the shit out of everything until I find an answer and often share that knowledge with others. I'm easy to get along with, I'm on the internet practically all day working and learning, and yes, I check Facebook. I listen, I take action, and I am not a one-hit wonder. I have several courses I hope to launch in the future. Thanks for watching, and please remember every share, comment, reaction, and like gets me noticed by Bushra. So please share, comment, react, and like me. I like you. Do you like me?